All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. I know today it's been a little bit, I'm behind a little bit. So much things going on that is just crazy, man. So much stress. I have to calm down, relax, understand that, you only have one life and just take it easy regardless of all the craziness that's going on. Whatever it could be, you know what I mean? It's just been stressful, and so that's one of the reasons why the videos are kind of nothing is consistent lately. So just trying to deal with all this stuff that I'm dealing with. And of course, we all have financial problems and all type. I mean, it's just crazy, man. So I have to sit back. Yesterday, I was in prayer and stuff like that, and I'm gonna be more in prayer today. So I'm also I should do a prayer video as well, so we can probably do that after this video. And but this video we're going to be talking about Iraq and what's going on, and Iraq has their own problems and their own issues, but it looks like they're going to eventually come out on top, and the world will bow to it for their wealth for a short period of time. So if you're new to Eyes Open Media, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you over here. Of course, this is the backup channel to Currency 365, our domain channel. And yeah, so yesterday was an interesting day. We talked about Article 140 or a vote. Give us activate Article 140, which deals with everything, or a vote, right? So that's what we were dealing with yesterday. Um, just to recap, um, I did talk about walking stick yesterday because I did hear about what happened over the weekend, and it looks like everybody's saying that he's back to normal. Okay, and I'm guessing he's back to normal. So that's cool to know. Anyways, what else is going on? In a couple of days, we're gonna find out if the ATMs are going to be loaded with the lower notes, and we're also going to hopefully find out about if the citizens have their bank cards that were issued to them. I think 4 million bank cards went out, so that should be the citizens should have that by now or by the 21st. Also, we'll hopefully get more information about their paychecks that are going to be going out on the 21st. And also, let's see if we get anything about the MasterCards. I'm still waiting on Kuwait, the information on Kuwait to be confirmed. Okay, still waiting on that. Also, there was a video on YouTube that people are talking about that talked about the about Article 140 and how a body, and basically this is confirmation, a body is holding up Article 140. Not just him though. It's not just a body. I kept telling you guys, it's Maliki. And that's why the Kirsten region went to go have a meeting with Maliki because I don't even know why Maliki has this type of power still. It's embarrassing, but anyways, Maliki, Abadi, and others that are Iranian backed are holding up Article 140. Okay, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the reasons why Hakeem and Sauder had to come out and say we're going forward without being Iranian backed. Okay, so they separated themselves to let the citizens know that they're not holding up Article 140. Okay, so it looks like everything has to now deal with Article 140. Article 140 must be implemented for us to see the economic reforms. It looks like everything is on the line with Article 140 because it's going to activate the oil and gas law and that is in Kirkuk. It's going to give the disputed areas to the Kherson region, and all the other regions that are disputed are going to go to their owners, and it's also going to then open the budget. That's basically what's going to happen, and it's going to, that should open up the private sector, and should be a downfall effect from there. Opening up the budget, complete activating the oil and gas law, there's disputed areas, opening Iraq back into the international stage. As you can see, Saudi Arabia and Iraq open up borders. So we have all this. And let me go to the YouTube video that people are talking about in the dinar community. Where is it? That is not it. Okay. I did have it. I don't know what happened to it. Okay. That was not. That was the Currency 365 page. Okay. So, not sure what happened to that YouTube video, but there is a YouTube video, and the guy and the girl in the video are talking in Arabic, but they're talking about Iraq, and they're talking about a body, and they're talking about how a body is refusing to implement Article 140, and it's all because now he gave them Chapter 7, so he's like, we are at a Chapter 7, so he did do that. But Article 8, Article 140, excuse me, Article 140 compliant or activation is something different because that deals with Kirkuk. And basically, if Kurdistan region will probably get Kirkuk, and that will activate the oil and gas law as well. So, yeah, a lot of things riding on activation of Article 140. Remember, the United Nations demanded Iraq to activate Article 140. So we'll see what happens. The government and the central bank restore the world's confidence in the Iraqi economy. Okay, so let's check this out. Says Iraq is currently experiencing an economic crisis and great and difficult challenges which are due to the control of the terrorist Daesh organization on vast areas or on low oil prices worldwide, which affect the budget for the year 2017, reaching a current year about $95 billion and a deficit of about $20.5 billion, damaging the non-oil economy by destroying infrastructure and assets, disrupting trade, deteriorating investor confidence, external sector and medium-term growth potential. Okay. It says, in order to meet all the political and economic challenges experienced by Iraq, the central bank has taken a number of measures to correct the financial situation and finance while continuing to adhere to the system of linking the exchange rate, while the Iraqi government at the same time and after the end of the war against Daesh towards planning and economic development, contributing to a qualitative shift in the Iraqi economy. All right. It says here that the governor of the central bank, Alaq, keywords, said that an international group to monitor the movement of funds confirms the confidence of the world in Iraq financially. Well, yeah, that is true. But the international bonds was really the key point, right? No, well, let's take it back a step, because it was first the national bonds. When they were about to get Mosul, when Mosul was coming into the final hours, we had the success of the national bonds, or when Mosul was coming. I don't remember when the national bonds actually were successful, but they were in the time of when Mosul was was definitely almost like 70% completed, which is a liberation. So Mosul was actually liberated, but they were now racing for the full liberation. That's when the national bonds, I could be wrong, but I believe that's when the national bonds came in and was successful, and that was the trigger, because the national bonds finally became successful. And then what did we say? We said that the international bonds will then follow and be successful as well. Now they weren't backed by they weren't backed by America, but they were backed by the big banks. Okay, and a whole bunch of people wanted to get the bonds, right? So there was a huge demand for the international bonds all of a sudden. But last year, there wasn't a huge demand for the international bonds. So something had changed, okay? And that is because Mosul, number one, was coming to an end, and did come to an end by the international bonds. So Iraq was looked at differently on TV, okay? And image is everything, right? So on TV, Iraq looked different. Iraq was celebrating. Iraq had liberated their country on television. Now, for you and I that are studying, Iraq's not done. They have Telehar publicly, and then the other areas to go. But on TV, Iraq was liberated from ISIS. They had defeated ISIS on television, okay? So everybody now wanted to run in and invest in Iraq, because they know once a country liberates themselves from terrorism and then they rejoin the economic stage, they're going to explode and kaboom, right? So everybody's going to come in there. So that's what people were thinking. If they're going to offer international bonds, that means they're getting ready to return to the international stage. That is the first step they took to return to the international stage with no backing from the US dollar. So that tells us that Iraq is ready to enter the international stage. Okay, so that was the first success re-entering the international stage, in my opinion, and some of these guys' opinions as well, as they stated. Um, okay, it says an intent to remove Iraq from the gray list to al-Bada, noting that the bank is working to activate the Office of Anti-Money Laundering and grant the powers of administrative and financial portfolios and independence to coordinate with international organizations and the Financial Action Task Force, an intergovernmental body to study money laundering techniques and trends, to develop policies to combat it, and to finance terrorism locally and internationally. Alok pointed out that this step, which will increase the confidence of the world in Iraq financially and economically, was the result of the reforms carried out by Iraqi government and the central bank, which contributed to reducing the fiscal deficit gap. The issuance of the Central Bank of Iraq, the currency of the category of 50,000 Iraqi dinars, a successful step in strengthening the performance of the Iraqi dinar without affecting the exchange rate against the US dollar, carrying out security marks, which defies currency counterfeiting. Okay, so, and there's more and more and more and more and more. The issuance of high categories of good performance, the Iraqi dinar, and reduced dependence on the dollar and large transactions. Okay, so they sucked up the dollars and they put them into with the 50,000 note, they were able to suck up the dollar and put it into the reserves to build the reserves back up, removing the dollar from the streets, and also bringing in the 30 notes as well, because you can just carry one 50,000 note instead of a couple of 30 notes, right? So so that was the key. But of course, Alok also said that the 50 wasn't really too successful because it didn't have the lower notes out with it. So the 50 notes, need the lower notes to make it more successful as well. Okay. Yeah, so it says that there is no policy to raise the value of the dollar against the dinar. Yeah, and then he kept saying that over and over again. We're not going to devalue the Iraqi dinar against the dollar. There's no need to do that any longer. Okay, so that, and they've been saying that for a couple of years now. For at least Alak has been saying that for a while now. There's no need to devalue any longer the dollar on the dinar against the dollar. So they're going to try to keep it stable and then raise the value from there. Once they launch their economic reforms, we need the economic reforms, and it looks like Article 140 is in the way. Okay. Let's see here. I think we've done enough here. It says the general approach of the central bank is to develop banking services, introduce new banking products and electronic payment systems based on advanced technology to meet the challenges facing the banking sector, and establish the advanced monitoring system for all electronic banking services. Okay, man, this is a big thing. So they're basically going all the way back to when Alak started and when he introduced the 50, and then all the things that Alak has done. You can see this is a long thing that they've done. So I'm pretty sure they're just giving us the summary. Wow, look how long this is. They're giving us, and I'm going to post this underneath the video on Facebook, Currency 365 for you guys, because basically what they're doing is they're going back in time, and they're bringing it towards the right now. Okay. So it says the central bank is the financial institution that monopolizes the process of issuing money. Okay, and it says many economic experts call on the independence of the central bank from the legal, financial, and administrative point of view, with a certain degree of correlation between it and the state. Yeah, and they got that right. So the central bank came out and said that they had approved the central bank law, right? So they passed the central bank law, making the central bank independent. Dr. Shabibi was fighting against Maliki about that, saying, look, you can't do nothing to me because I'm the central bank. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't work for you. I'm an independent body. And Alak was also fighting for that as well, saying I'm an independent body. The central bank is independent than the GOI, the government. Okay, so and they passed the central bank law, making the central bank independent. So they did approve that law of the central bank law, and we did talk about that already. So they got that out the way. All of the things that they're talking about here have been completed. The only thing that's left is Article 140 and dropping that MCP, right, and raising that value. That's basically what's left, because the Article 140 looks like it's going to give us the oil and gas law and the disputed areas, and also it's going to launch the economic reforms, because you need when you activate Article 140, there better be a rate with it, because now, of course, that's not, nothing is guaranteed, but if you're going to activate Article 140 and it's going to launch the oil and gas law, then you better have a rate on there, because you don't want to activate the oil and gas law without a rate. I mean, that is ridiculous. And that's why they were back then, when Maliki said that he was going to do the herbal agreement, Dr. Shabibi, and then he reneged on it. Dr. Shabibi came out and said he was going to revalue the currency, because he knew that you can't have the herbal agreement on a program rate. If you're going to do the full oil and gas law, you can do the half oil and gas law, which is called the HCL. But if you're going to do the full oil and gas law herbal agreement, then you can't be on a program rate. Okay. So that's why Dr. Shabibi was going to do the revaluation, and then of course Maliki reneged on the herbal agreement, and he also then kicked Shabibi out of the CBI and shut the CBI down for about a week, and it just destroyed the economy in Iraq. Remember? So that's where we're at right now. We're at the same spot we're at right now, where here's Article 140, which will activate the oil and gas law, and this is where we're at right now with the economic. And if you're going to activate Article 140, you got to activate the economic reforms. So we're back at this stage that we were, back in 2012, I believe it was. So we're back here again. So let's see what happens. In my opinion, I hope this time is a lot different. I hope this time, everything gets, taken care of, and the oil and gas law is activated, the rates activated, the herbal agreements, everything is activated, Article 140 is activated, and all the economic policies, the ATMs, the lower notes, everything is ready to go and good to go. Now you see what's going on in America. So this will be if anybody in Iraq, politician, is listening, this is the best time to go ahead. Within the next 4 weeks is the best time because look what's going on in America, man, and it's not going to get any better anytime soon, okay? Because you got these white nationalists that are going to be holding demonstrations all around America, and then of course, because of that, you're going to have the Black Lives Matter holding counter protesting and marches with other groups of militias and other people that are against racism as well, and they're all going to be getting together, holding protests and countering each other. So many people are going to get injured, and many people will probably die and because of these protests and counter protesting, and the police being involved, people running over people. I mean, it's going to be crazy in America, and it's just getting started. So if you're Iraq and you're looking at that and you're seeing the dollar, come down, and you're seeing what's going on in America and all the tension that's about to explode in America, it's good. That is your window to make a move, in my opinion. And I think they see that clearly. So, and in my opinion, I think they will get it together. They will figure something out, because they probably already have this figured out. This is all just This is all just Hollywood script. I believe that many some of these people, and I think because they can't keep their mouth shut, many of them know when the rate will change, and so they're just giving us Hollywood until that date, and then they're going to be, oh, never mind, everything's good to go, everything is good, the rate has changed, and we're moving forward. Okay, so in my opinion, that's what I think is going on. We're getting the Hollywood script, and everybody's just being played for right now, and until that date comes, and then everything is activated, and the rate changes, and they're good to go, and then they look at America and say, "Whoa, don't want to be them right now." Okay, so so that's what's going to happen, in my opinion, and yeah, so they're watching America, and more protesting and riots are coming. So they're waiting, and they're gonna wait and they're gonna get, just wait for the best time, and then they're gonna go boom, and they're gonna hit it off, and they're gonna say, "We're back." Okay, so that's it. Talk to you guys later. Eyes open, and let's see. Actually, let's go over here to Coinbase, and let's check out what's going on with Coinbase. Let's check out something because we were looking at Okay, so Litecoin's going up now, as you can see. Nice movement for Litecoin here. Waiting on that big, massive news on Litecoin to send it triple digits. Bitcoin back to 4,309. Wow. Okay, and Ethereum back over 300. But Litecoin, of course, is the lowest value out of all of them, and has a lot of potential here to catch Ethereum here within the next, I say, 4 or 5 weeks. We should see Litecoin explode and maybe even catch Ethereum. We never know. So, anyways, waiting on that news for Litecoin. Hopefully, come soon. And a lot of you guys, we all should make a bunch of money if it comes through. So you can the Litecoin faucets are on there underneath there. You can get some Litecoin that way as well for free if you don't want to buy Litecoin out of your pocket. So that's it. Thank you guys for supporting me. If you want to support, links in the description as always. And thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. God bless. Eyes open.